What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Any new subscribers? I'm Barbas. So check it out. Here's the Keep Gunning EG that I told you guys we were going to be starting on. It's very clean, as in there's barely any damage to it. There's a few little rust spots like here that I could probably fix. Here on the side, just a little bit. Nothing major. It does have a carbon fiber trunk, the little wing right here, not trunk but the wing, and it does have a carbon fiber hood also. It does need some love to bring it back to life, but if you guys know me, we could make it happen. We can make this hood come back to life. Here's the test. Whatever this looks like is what we have underneath to work with. So we can make this hood come back to life and look just like that, or even better, with a little bit of work. It does have a few cracks, but it's nothing major. All that will most likely disappear. So this EG was brought to me to be finished. It does have a swap in there already, but it does need a little bit of help. I'm going to show you guys what's under the hood right now. This right here, my friends, is a B18c1 with what I believe to be a B16 transmission, but I am not sure. I originally thought it was a JDM transmission because it does have the LSD, but it could be a transmission from a 1999 SI, what you would call ep1. It does need some help. We are missing a few things. It needs a throttle cable. They did swap out the intake manifold for this one right here. And it does need a throttle cable. It needs CV axles on each side. They did drop this one off right here, but we are not sure if this is the correct one. We will find out once we get it under there. The cover on the side is also missing. You guys know that you really need that cover on there, especially to be able to see the timing. There's no cover on there, and also because it does protect. There is no wire harness on here yet. The owner did stop by and drop off a wire harness. It's actually in here. I believe it's a rye wire harness. This thing's pretty sweet. We got a few miscellaneous items in here. We do have a fuel cell in the back. That means we're gonna have to drop the tank that's in here. According to the owner of the hatch, the tank is completely full of fuel, so we're gonna have to drain it, drop the tank, send some fresh lines. There are some lines right here, but we are gonna go ahead and just remove all this because this hatch has been sitting for the past 2 years. So the fuel that's in there is no good, and those lines have been exposed and open. We don't know if there could be spider webs, bugs, all kinds of things in there. I'm gonna go ahead, push the hatch out, and we'll crack this open and take a look at the fuel cell. He's also gonna need a battery. This battery is completely, it's toast. What I do like is this right here. That's a 1320 header, and that header is actually gonna come up right out of the hood. It's gonna be really sweet. I got the hatch out here now. We're able to see this side a little bit better. Here's another spot that would have to be repaired. Bumper has a crack in it. It looks like this bumper was repainted at one point, or maybe even the whole hatch was repainted. You guys can see how it's flicking off, and then there's red still underneath. So I have to go over the suspension. I have to go over everything with this vehicle. This vehicle is gonna need all the fluids. Whatever's in there needs to be drained out, and we need to get everything nice and fresh. We gotta freshen this up. This intake manifold is only being held by one bolt. It's completely loose. So we are definitely gonna have to get that on there correctly. Let me pop the hatch. This hatch doesn't stay open, but here's the fuel cell that needs to be installed, and this hatch is gonna need some work. Like, it doesn't really look like it needs much, but it does. So the first thing I'm gonna do before I mess with anything is I'm gonna give it a good wash. We're gonna go ahead, clean it out on the outside and around the engine bay. After we do that, we're gonna go ahead and start pulling stuff out. The battery is trash. We're gonna pull it out so you could use it as a core. Take it, swap it out. This intake manifold, we're gonna go ahead and, since it's only being held by one bolt, we're gonna go ahead, pull it off, and check our wire harness under there. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do. It does also need a clutch slave. The one that is on there is not on there no more. It's completely like gone. There's actually a piece right here of it. This is loose right here. It's missing a bolt. So we're gonna go ahead and completely knock all this out, take all this off. And this will be the first video of working on the EG hatch, the keep gunning hatch. The hatch is completely washed and clean, and it's looking very nice. I gotta say, it looks very nice. I'm gonna go ahead, throw this camera on the charger, push the hatch back into the garage, get some lunch, And if it's not raining, I'll come back out here. Otherwise, we'll continue this tomorrow. All right, you guys. So it's been 2 days since I washed the hatch. It's still kind of muggy out and it's still kind of raining, but everything's completely dry. And what we are gonna do is we're actually gonna start in the back. We're gonna jack up the hatch and we are gonna check the suspension. Oh yeah, and of course, slapped a little sticker on there. But we got the hatch looking very nice, very clean. We got the engine compartment looking very nice also. Very clean. And like I said, we're gonna go ahead, jack up the rear, and we're gonna start with the rear suspension. I don't think anything was wrong with the rear suspension, but I wanna go over this whole hatch for this guy so we know what we're working with, we know what we're dealing with, and we know if there's any problems or anything that need to be fixed. That way we could possibly get them fixed if we can, if the owner can. But I'm gonna go ahead and just jack her up.
Hello, Bobby.
Hi, how are you?
Then I got some bubbles.
Wow, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting a drum back here. And he's got some pretty nice setup back here. He's got lower control arms, some kind of adjustable suspension, and he's got the disc conversion back here. Very nice. Everything looks pretty good back here. I'm just gonna go ahead and slap the tire back on and check out the other side really quick. All right, everything in here looks pretty good too. I'm just gonna go ahead and just let it be. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take this hatch, push it out, spin it around, bring it back in, because I want the front of it facing that way. I want it this way, and we're gonna go ahead and throw the whole hatch up in the air on jack stands. Man, time flies. I got this car turned around out here. I got her back in here, and this is exactly where I want her, exactly where I'm gonna need her to start working on this EG. I'm gonna go ahead, pop the wheels off, the tires, the rims off, the donuts, the steelies, whatever you wanna call them, and throw the car on jack stands.